put that coffee down, because it's time for the Really Real Show with Adam Barker and Emily Parker. Seriously, Parker and Barker, you can't write this stuff. It rhymes. Get it?
Ain't no stopping us now.
Woo! Well, I am familiar with your compulsion to follow the rules, but you see, I can't do that.
So fetch. What is fetch? Oh, it's like slang from England.
I felt a great disturbance in the force.
What have we done?
He is coming. Cover your butt.
Hello and welcome to the Really Real Show on Chelmsford Community Radio.
With two E's.
Yeah, with two E's. With me, Melissa, and we've got Ginny in the studio.
Woohoo! Well, we could have passed for Barker and Parker.
We could have. Yeah.
Barker's not here because Barker got married, and Parker's not here because Parker flew away. No, I had to say that because it sounds like a nursery rhyme, so...
Yeah, that was quite good, actually.
Parker's ill. Sorry,
Yes.
Emily.
We wish you ill, Emily.
Yeah, we're sorry. And we're sorry for ruining the show in the first 10 seconds, too. But coming up, we have got films that we've seen recently this week. So I'll be saying one I've seen, been watching this week, and Melissa will too.
And I had the very exciting job of picking out 3 songs that I thought would go well for my soundtrack of my life. So I picked 3 songs, and I'm going to be explaining why I picked them. Yeah. Oh, no, not One Direction. Do not bring them into this. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about... Ginny's going to get kicked off this show in a minute. But yeah, I'll be talking about my 3 songs and why I've picked them and what part of my life they represent. So that's all to come. And plus, we've got some film reviews about films that are out in the cinema now, plus films that are going to be released in the future. So that's all to come on tonight's show.
There better be a particular film in there somewhere, because I know, like, Adam knows, like, if he's listening to us wrecking the show, Adam knows that I really love Tom Hiddleston. There's a film coming up soon with Tom Hiddleston in it, so my fingers are crossed that this appears. But of course, if you want to get in contact with the show, you can tweet us. You can tweet Barker and Parker if you really like them better than Melissa and Ginny. It's at Real Show CCR with 2 E's, of course.
And you can contact them on Facebook. That's facebook.com/RealShowCCR. So, yeah, let's move on to talk about the movies we've watched recently. Right, so Ginny, you are up first with your film you've watched recently.
Hang on. Why do I have to go first?
Because I said so.
No, that's it. That makes you Barker.
Oh, okay. I'm Barker then.
Yeah, but Parker's prettier than you. Sorry, Adam. I didn't mean... Never mind. All right, I'm dead. I'm practically dead. Well, my film that I saw this week, recently, was Sinister.
Oh, okay.
The first Sinister.
I don't think I've watched that, actually.
You haven't? Because
No.
the second one is coming out soon.
Oh, okay.
It's coming out 21st of August, I believe. So, if
Okay.
I've ruined that for the future, the show plan or anything, sorry. But, yeah, so coming out 21st of August. But I saw the first one the other day, and I watched it on purpose because I knew that the second one's coming out. So I was like, I need to remind myself again of what happened in the first one, because obviously it's a continuation of the story.
Okay,
So you haven't seen it at all?
No, so what is it about? Tell me what it's about.
Oh, it's creepy. So it's based on the legend of the Boogeyman. So now, have you heard about the Boogeyman?
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily what he does, but just the name, Mr. Boogeyman.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
heard of him, yeah.
So this family moved into a house where, okay, it's getting graphic now. I'm just going to warn everyone listening. This is graphic content. They moved into a family house where a family had been murdered. They had been hung from the tree in the back garden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
gruesome. This is a horror movie.
Okay.
So, but because the dad in the family, he's a horror writer.
Okay.
But he writes horror that's actually real. So it's actually happened in real life.
Oh, okay.
But he sort of he bases it on a true story, and he just, sort of finds out more about it and kind of puts his own spin on things, that sort of thing. And basically the story unfolds. I don't want to spoil it too much if no one's seen it like you.
Yeah.
But there's a load of supernatural things that happen in his house, like, you know, like door slamming in the middle of the night, and he goes upstairs into the attic and he finds this box that's got an old, what's it called? Do you know, like a Super 8 movies? The Super 8 movies? You know, the ones that have reels. It's a really real show. I mean it. The reels, and you play them on the.
Oh, I think I get what, like the projector thingy.
The projector thingy. Yeah, we've got to find out the names of these. But hey, really real show. And he finds like a box load of reels and the video thingy. They're called Super 8 movies.
Okay.
That's the type of things they are, and they're all labelled like Pool Party 89 or stuff like. So they look like home movies.
Yeah.
And he takes them all downstairs and he puts them all on in his office and watches all through the movies. And they look like home movies at first, in the first 10 seconds, but then they're actually videotapes of loads of different families being murdered in different ways.
That sounds...
It's just so
scary.
horrible. I mean, I did warn people, graphic content ahead, okay? But they've got, then of course the labels on them make them seem like they're normal home movies, but in actual fact, it's sort of describing the way they die, which is pretty grim. So like the pool party one, they're drowned in their own pool.
I can kind of see how the plot of this film
and
goes.
It's like, and there's eventually he goes through all the movies and eventually he finds like a guy in the film. Like there's like there's a glimpse of him in every single family movie, and that is the boogeyman.
Right.
And also from every family that's murdered, one child goes missing.
Interesting. So,
Yes.
are there any famous actors or actresses in it that people may know?
Oh, you know what? I think there are, but I can't name because they're the kinds that stay in their own genre. So you know how you get these people who like do a load of horror movies,
horror and thriller,
and you know their faces, but you don't know the actual names. Yeah, there's a couple of people who you would know from like the horror movie circle that are in there.
Yeah.
But I can't say their names.
Well, it sounds. I don't mind a horror and thriller once in a while, but for people that are into it, it sounds like a good one to watch.
It is original, I would say that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you get a lot of horror movies where, you know, it's a group of teenagers or something.
Yeah.
And there's some sort of supernatural demon or spirit in the woods.
Yeah.
And they get picked off one by one. It's different.
Okay.
And it's really, like, the plot's amazing. So I'm definitely going to go see Sinister 2.
Right. So, guys, any people that are into thriller and horror, Sinister, get watching that. And there's Sinister 2 coming out in August.
Yeah.
Get involved. Tweet the show at RealShowCCR or find us on Facebook and Tumblr and even Instagram. Just search The Really Real Show.
Right, so now it's time to talk about the film I watched this week.
Here Barker goes. And Barker's off.
Right, so my film, it's not new. Quite a lot of people watched it.
There's nothing wrong with old films.
Yeah,
I love old films.
I just, you have moods and you think, I feel like watching a horror today.
Yeah,
or I feel like
exactly.
watching a rom-com. Well, this particular evening, I felt like watching a Disney film.
Nothing wrong with look. This is why you should be Parker instead,
Yeah,
because Emily
loves her Disney
loves her
films.
Disney.
Yeah.
Shout out to Emily.
Well, technically it's Disney Pixar, but still under the same umbrella.
Yeah, details.
But I watched The Incredibles.
Yes,
I absolutely love that film.
I love The Incredibles. Actually, I'm planning on watching that soon.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love The Incredibles.
Definitely a brilliant film. Well, I can gather most people listening will probably know the plot, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So it's basically, it starts off...
Refresh ourselves.
Yeah, it starts off with superheroes in the past, when superheroes were really big, and you had Miss Incredible, Elastigirl, what was the... Freezies? I can't remember
either.
his name now.
But he was hilarious.
Yeah.
Was it freeze frame? I can't remember.
It's something with freeze in it because he could freeze stuff. But anyway, it starts with talking about them and then how it all went wrong when basically the civilians started to go against the superheroes and be like, oh, we don't need them anymore. And then the government kind of did a shutdown program and they went into hiding. Some died. So, yeah, they were...
A bit morbid for a Disney film.
So, superheroes were no more.
They were oppressed, beaten, banished.
Yeah, exactly. And then years later, it shows where they all are. And you see Miss Incredible and Elastigirl get married.
Aww.
Yeah, sweet. And you see them set up home and they have children,
so
3 children.
This is the Disney love story that everyone forgot. This is the original Disney romance.
Exactly. And they're leading a normal life. They're not using their powers whatsoever. 9-to-5 job. Elastigirl's a stay-at-home mum and wife. So it's just a normal 9-to-5 day life, for them. And then Mr. Incredible, starts to miss the whole superhero life.
Yeah.
And he teams up with his best mate. We'll just call him Freeze.
We'll call him Freeze.
Freeze, yeah. Can't remember his name.
I think he calls him Freeze in the movie anyway, so as for short.
Yeah, so they team up and do their little superhero stuff on the side without Elastigirl or anyone knowing. And then this agency approaches him and says that, they want to try and bring the whole superhero thing back. So he's doing it for a while behind his wife's back. He gets a whole new costume made and goes on different what do you call it? Special missions, that superheroes go on. So then eventually Elastigirl finds out, I think she thinks he's cheating on her at first, but then eventually finds out what's going on. And it ends up that the children have you've got Dash, who's the middle one. He has incredible speed.
Yeah, they all start
seeing all their powers.
I just love Baby Jack.
I know. Well, you don't actually see his power towards the end, but I think his power is the best out of all of them.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, he hasn't got superpowers. Bless him. Oh.
Yeah, and then you've got Violet, who she can make disappear.
She can disappear herself.
Yeah, and make a bubble of.
She can make a force field.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So basically, it all ends with the family coming together to save their dad, and basically save each other and save the world. And Freeze joins them, and it kind of ends with
because there's a big bad supervillain though, isn't there?
Yeah. So it kind of ends with them all working together, fighting against the baddies and helping the civilians.
And there were those big monsters, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were big.
Yeah.
I can't remember. They're massive.
I can't remember.
Just mental giant thingies.
In a world when two people with similar surnames come together for an epic show of epicness.
Hello and welcome back to the Really Real Show with me, Melissa. Now, this is a section of the show where we're going to talk about new films that are out in the cinema now and be letting you know people's opinions on it. So the first film is called The Diary of a Teenage Girl. It's directed by Marielle Heller and it's based on The Diary of a Teenage Girl, An Account in Words and Pictures, which is a novel by Phoebe Glockner. Now, there isn't any famous actors and actresses per se. They seem all up and coming and new actors and actresses. So it seems like it's quite a contemporary film. It was premiered at the 2015 Sundance Film Festival and it had limited release on August the 7th. So, basic plot is it's set in the 1970s in San Francisco. It's about a 15-year-old aspiring cartoonist called Minnie who begins to keep an audio diary. So, basic teenage stuff. She considers herself to be overweight and unattractive, but receives attention from boys at school. and it's when Minnie's mum, Charlotte, is too busy to go out with her boyfriend Monroe. She suggests he takes Minnie out instead. So it's kind of about her transition from teenage into adulthood, you could say. You know, that time in your life when you're confused, you hate school or you like school, you know. Who knows? But it sounds like quite I don't know, it reminds me of a bit kind of like a boyhood kind of movie, you know. I think it takes her from 15 to a couple of years in the future, so it's kind of like a boyhood, obviously not as many years to make, but yeah, a coming of age story. That's what they usually say, isn't it? Coming of age story. So that was out on the 7th of August for limited release, and it got some Twitter reviews. And the first one is, cannot be selfish and keep this to myself. If you love great acting / filmmaking, please go see Diary of a Teenage Girl. # I swear. Okay, so that was a good positive review there. And then another one says, can't wait to go and see Diary of a Teenage Girl again. Such an amazing film. So it definitely sounds like a good film, and it sounds like a film I would be interested to go and watch. So I'm going to see if it's still out in the cinemas now, and I might take a friend and go and watch this. So if you are a fan of coming of age stories, then Diary of a Teenage Girl is definitely one to check out. So the next film I'm going to talk about was released on the 14th of August, so it's a few days ago, and it's called The Trainwreck, and it's from the producer who brought you Bridesmaids. So anyone that's Bridesmaids fans knows that this film will probably be quite funny. We don't know if it'll be as good, but it'll be really funny. It's got Amy Schumer in it, starring in it, and LeBron James. LeBron James is a basketball player. So yeah, see his acting skills in this film. But it seems like this is it's a romantic comedy film, and it's basically about two parents announce to their children that they're getting a divorce, and go a bit into why they're getting a divorce, and it's because one of them cheated on the other, the usual stuff. And it fast forwards to 23 years later, where the daughter Amy, played by Amy Schumer, and you see her life fast forward 23 years. So she's getting drunk, getting stoned, going to parties, that kind of stuff. So you can see how her parents' divorce has probably affected her over the years. So it's just about her coming of age story and dealing with her parents being divorced and her getting into all sorts of stuff. And it's a romantic comedy, so you know there is going to be a relationship, that a little relationship going on throughout the film. She meets a guy, which kind of changes her mind about life and about marriage. And so, the usual cliche, end up together probably at the end, who knows. But it sounds like a very funny film, and if it is from the producer of Bridesmaids, you know it's going to be a good one. So that's another film that sounds really interesting. It seems like a film that I would actually sit down and watch. It sounds like kind of a bit of a girly film as well, a bit of a chick flick, so probably perfect film to spend the night with your girls and watch it. Seems like a good film. So if you're into comedy, you're into a bit of romance, and you liked the film Bridesmaids, Trainwreck is a good film for you to go and see. So I'm going to read you some tweets from viewers that have seen the film. So the first one says, I loved Trainwreck, but I'm still hoping for an ending in a movie where the female character is on her own and cool with it. Yes. Woo, girl power. Salute that tweet. I definitely want to see a film where a girl ends up on her own and is cool with it too. All these films are so cliche. They always end up. It kind of teaches us that we have to be with a man to be okay, and that's not right. I agree with that tweet. The second one says hashtag Trainwreck. Wasn't really very subversive or original, but was still wholly entertaining. Lots of fun cameos. So, yeah, that sounds like this film has got, comedy films like that have a lot of cameos. And I'm gathering that's where LeBron James comes in with his cool cameos. So that would be good to watch. So overall, it seems like it was a okay film. And, yeah, I would definitely still go out and watch it. Just for a bit of light entertainment. So the third and final film I'm going to talk about is The Minions. Now, everyone loves The Minions. They were obviously part of Despicable Me, and since then they've literally gone global. You see Minions everywhere. Oh, my friend's little baby has got a Minion teddy bear. I came round to her house the other day and I was just like, they're everywhere. So, the Minions film has got quite a few celebs in it. So it's got Sandra Bullock, Michael Keaton, Jennifer Saunders, Steve Coogan, and is narrated by Jeffrey Rush. So quite a variety of celebs there. Some well-knowns that we all know. So as you know, the Minions is part of Despicable Me, and it's an animated family comedy film and a prequel to this Despicable Me franchise. Can't say, that's so hard to say. Despicable Me. That's it. Got it. So it's basically about the life of the Minions before we obviously see them in the Despicable Me film. So it dates back to the 1960s about how they were made and how they came to be about. Now, after being killed, almost being killed off, the Minions decide to isolate themselves. Yes, I said it right. They almost got killed off. What would we do about the Minions? But they decide to isolate themselves from the world and start a new life in Antarctica. Antarctica of all places, okay? Well, so it says by 1968, the lack of a master drives them into depression. Oh. So one Minion, Kevin, plans to find Kevin. I don't know why, you just wouldn't think a Minion would be called Kevin. Anyway, Kevin plans to find a new master. So the whole film is basically about them trying to find a new master and trying to find a way to survive and get back onto Earth. So, yeah, the Minions, definitely a big family favourite if you've got little kids or little cousins, brothers and sisters. And it's good for the adults. Good for the adults. There are quite a lot of adults that have said, the Minions film was a guilty pleasure and they thoroughly enjoyed it. So let's take a look at some of the tweets about it. So the first one says, I survived the Minions movie. Woo! And all I got was this gnawing feeling that they might not be all bad. Please help. I think I've been brainwashed. The second one says, took the kids to see #Minions movie earlier. Is it wrong as a 40-year-old bloke that I laughed more than them? #belly laughs, #love Minions. No, it's not wrong that you laughed more than them. As we know, with all these kind of films, they always have adult themes running through it. So actually, the adults find it funnier than the children. So if you're a big fan of the Minions, a big fan of the Despicable Me franchise, then Minions is definitely one to see. Now, I don't know personally if I would go and see it because I found the Minions quite annoying. Yes, I know someone will hit me for saying that, but yeah, I did find them quite annoying. So I probably wouldn't go and watch it, but hey, doesn't mean you guys can't. So yeah, the Minions is out now. Right, so moving on to my second soundtrack song. Now, I remember I told you earlier in the show that I had to pick 3 songs to describe my life in a soundtrack. And now the first one I played you was R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly. Now, the second one, oh, this is a cute one. This is Mama by Spice Girls. Now, I've picked it because everyone knows without your mom, you won't be here. Everyone knows without your mom, you wouldn't know what to do in this life. Like, literally, my mom is like everything to me. So I thought I would pick this song. I know, very deep, very Very cheesy, but it's true. And back in the day, Spice Girls, I was a massive fan of Spice Girls. And I used to dress myself as Mel B quite a lot with the afro and the leopard print trousers and the leopard print top. So I was a massive Spice Girl fan. And actually, my mum was as well. And she especially loved the Mama song and the Mama music video. So that's why I picked this song. So here is Mama by the Spice Girls.
Tweet the show at RealShowCCR.
Hello and welcome back to the Really Real Show on Chelmsford Community Radio with me, Melissa, and we've got Ginny in the studio. Woo! Right, so before the break I said I was going to reveal to you my third and final track for my soundtrack. Are you ready for this, Ginny?
Come on, don't hit me with this.
It's another cheesy, deep one. It's another life-inspiring song.
Yeah!
It is The Climb by Miley Cyrus.
Oh my god. I want to say something, but before she went to new Miley.
Yeah, this is the old Miley, the Miley we all loved. Well, the Miley I loved anyway.
Aww,
Yeah. Yes, when she was innocent and on Disney Channel. But the reason why I picked this song, as I said, I was a Miley Cyrus fan. I'm not anymore. But yeah, I did used to watch the Disney Channel many moons ago. And I did used to watch the Hannah Montana show. Yeah. And when this film came out, it was definitely a guilty pleasure. I think I went with my sisters and my dad.
Is this the Hannah Montana movie?
Yeah. The Hannah Montana. I love, yeah. Yeah. People say they didn't, but we all did. I remember because I think I was in year 11 and they had what's that song? The boom dee clap de clap de clap song. And I used to learn the routine to that.
It's like High School Musical.
Yeah, but basically I picked The Climb because, again, it's another uplifting, inspiring song. It was around the time, actually, that I was going through a lot. I was ill. I had a lot of injuries, and it was kind of getting in the way of doing things I wanted to do, like dance and performing arts. So I was quite down at that time. But that song really made me believe that no matter what you go through, you can still go and achieve your dreams.
Yeah, you tell them this. Go on.
So that's why I picked that song, and still, again, to this day, a bit like I Believe I Can Fly, whenever I hear it, it makes... Jenny and her singing skills there.
Nah.
But yeah, so that's why I picked this song. So this is Miley Cyrus and The Climb.
Hey you, yes you, the new listener. What took you so long to listen to the show? Well, if you miss one, you can find us on a podcast. Just search Really Real Show on all podcasting platforms.
Hello and welcome back to the Really Real Show. So I just played you The Climb by Miley Cyrus, and that was my third and final soundtrack song. But now we're moving on to Fact, Not Fact, where exciting. So we will be introducing an actor, telling you a bit about them, and then we're each going to read out a fact and a not fact, and you guys have to guess which one is true. So our actor for today is Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah.
So, Ginny, which Eddie Murphy film is your favourite?
I'd have to say Dr. Dolittle.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah, I mean, when you say Eddie Murphy, that's like, I mean, it's that, and your one.
My one is Mulan.
Oh, really?
I love Mulan.
Oh,
and him
yeah.
as Mushu.
For anyone who's a bit confused, he's the dragon.
Yeah,
Eddie Murphy's the voice of the dragon, okay?
Yeah, so that's my favourite Eddie Murphy film.
I was going to say also Shrek. That's another one.
Shrek's another one. He's a donkey.
Oh, like that
He's amazing as a
That's
donkey.
comedy gold, that is.
Yeah. So Eddie has done a lot of films over the years. He's coming back to America, Dr. Dolittle, as we said, Shrek, Mulan, and so much more. And he's also a stand-up comedian. So he's a very well-known Hollywood actor. So we're going to read out some facts and non-facts about him, and you have to decide which one is true. So I'm going to read out one first. Eddie Murphy was married to Nicole Mitchell. They had 5 children together: Bria, Shane, Miles, Zola and Bella. Eddie has 2 other children from previous relationships, Christian and Eric.
Okay, and as well as being an actor, Eddie Murphy also used to be a singer. One of his earliest recordings was a backing vocal to the Busboys song In Trading Places. More recently, he sang Ricky Martin's Livin' La Vida Loca in Shrek, as the character Donkey.
Right, third one is, he used to perfect his impressions by watching the television and copying characters. For example, Bugs Bunny and Sylvester the Cat.
And he has starred in 39 movies, that's voiceovers included.
And the fifth one is, Murphy doesn't smoke or drink alcohol.
And then directed the SpongeBob movie.
Interesting. He made Pinocchio out of wood with his amazing woodcutter skills.
Wow. And he has the largest sunflower fields in the world.
He has an extra toe.
And a party trick is to burp many popular songs.
Wow. So, as you can tell, he has a lot of talents. He's a man of hidden talents. But which one did you think was fat and which ones did you think was not fat? Let us know by getting in touch. And you can get in touch on Twitter by tweeting at RealShowCCR.
Two E's.
Yeah, 2 E's. Or on the Facebook page, facebook.com/RealShowCCR.
2 E's again.
Yeah.
If you haven't already guessed it, you're listening to The Really Real Show with Adam and Emily, Barker and Parker. I know it rhymes. It's like it's meant to be.
Okay, so before we end the show, it is coming towards the end of the Really Real Show, but before we end, Ginny has another future film to talk about. So Ginny, what's this film?
Fast and Furious, of course.
Ooh.
Woohoo! Is that another one of your favourites?
Not as much as the Marvel films. Like, I've watched a couple, but I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of them.
Well, I have to say the same. But anyway, Vin Diesel has paid another emotional tribute to his Fast and Furious co-star when he was accepting the Choice Movie Action Award at the Teen Choice Awards.
Yeah.
That was on Sunday night.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah.
It was very moving.
He hailed Paul's family, including the teenage daughter Meadow. I love that name though, Meadow.
Yeah.
And praised the fans for their unyielding support. Oh, it's so
Very
sad.
sad.
Heartbreaking.
I know.
So we got a bit of it, what he said here. We are a true family. You fans have been so incredible to us and have encouraged us and made us reach higher every time. I can't stand here and be rewarded like this without talking about somebody very, very, very important to us. One of the best blessings in our lives is the fact that we have the opportunity to call Pablo, I think that's just a typo, Paul, our brother. Pablo, though, nice name. Fits in with the plot anyway.
Yeah.
Paul Walker, though, is here in spirit with us. And since this is a Teen Choice Award, you beautiful teens, there is one teen in the audience that is a part of the family that kept us going. And then he said, it's Paul Walker's family, his parents and his brothers that kept us encouraged while we were making Furious 7. But there is one very special teen here, and her name is Meadow Walker.
Oh, and that's his daughter.
Oh,
That's
it's
really
so
cute.
sad, though.
I know, it's really sad. And I think how they paid tribute to him in the last film is like really good.
Yeah, and the song as
I
well.
love the song, yeah.
I'm sure that got a lot of airtime here.
Oh yes, that
I
definitely.
know it definitely got
on
an
my
airtime.
show
Yeah.
quite a few times.
You.
So tell me, do you know anything at all about the new film? Any spoilers for us, or do you know what's coming up in the
So,
new film?
Vin Diesel has confirmed the title of the next Fast and Furious film, and it's probably the least surprising sequel title ever.
Yeah.
The 8th instalment of the action series will go by the name Fast 8. What a
Ooh.
surprise!
Yeah.
And it will be in cinemas April 14th, 2017. So
another
again,
2017 film.
Another 20 years. The actor referred to the film during his acceptance speech at the Teen Choice Awards. And he said, well, yes, there we go. I love all of you, and until Fast 8. ... So, wow, another 2 years, isn't it?
I know. Is there any... do you know if there's any actors coming back, or is there any characters coming back, or actors that reprising their role? So I know there was talk of like what's his name? The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. I know there was talk of his character coming back.
I think he's coming back, and of course Vin Diesel's coming back. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
Fast and Furious without Vin Diesel, would it?
I know.
There we go. And Jason Statham will be both, and Dwayne Johnson, both back for the next instalment. And it has been suggested that Eva Mendes will return as well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. That should be interesting. And as well as like the original characters like Tyrese, his character that he plays, and Chris, they'll all be back. They'll all be back, yeah. So it's a massive franchise, though. I can't believe they're going for a number 8 film.
The 8th film, and people aren't sick of it.
And it's still like, I think Fast and Furious, is it Fast and Furious 7? That was like one of their biggest selling?
It's recently become the 3rd highest grossing film ever, only behind Avatar and Titanic, having taken more than $1.5 billion worldwide.
Wow, that is good. So, yeah, I can understand why they want to bring the 8th one back, because it's so popular.
I know, but they are milking it a bit.
Yeah.
Don't you think with 7, it's...
I know, and 8. But that's to look forward to in 2017.
We're going to go all the way to 10?
I know. So that's another 2017, and that's Fast 8. But I'm afraid it is time to say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this week's Really Real show. Parker and Barker will be back next week, so you'll resume back to normal.
We're really sorry. But you know what? I think we did a good job here.
Yeah, and I've enjoyed myself. So that's goodbye from me, Melissa, and from Ginny.
Bye-bye.